Movies have been the world's favorite pastime for over a century. From classics like The Godfather to modern novelties like the Barbie movie. This list is the top 15 highest grossing movies of all time.
2187, you go and get her. I'll hold him here.
We're starting off strong in the 70s and 80s with many genre-defining movies topping this list, with movies like Star Wars for sci-fi, Enter the Dragon for martial arts, and The Exorcist for horror, setting the new standard in Hollywood.
Roper, Williams, and Lee, the Deadly Three.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Nobody expected it.
In 1982, the Steven Spielberg classic E.T. was first released with a record-breaking first week. It then stayed on top of the box office charts for a whole 6 weeks straight. After its international release in 1983, E.T. managed to garner over $720 million in total revenue, overtaking the previous number one spot Star Wars by a huge margin. It stayed in the number one spot for 11 years. Wanna know which movie took it down? Just keep watching. Beverly Hills Cop was the first movie to successfully blend action with comedy, thereby creating the new standard for Hollywood action movies. Fun fact, did you know that the famous Crazy Frog song is just a remix of the Beverly Hills Cop's theme? Here, listen to it yourself.
Steven Spielberg presents Back to the Future, a Robert Zemeckis film. Marty leads an ordinary life.
In the 1980s, Hollywood was going through a reform, where more and more power was taken away from directors and put into the hands of studio executives. This, coupled with the many writers' strikes of the decade, resulted in a few years of bad movies. After the 154 days long writers' strike of 1988, things started to look better again for Hollywood, with more and more new movies joining this list.
Cut! What the hell is wrong with that take? Nothing with you, baby Herman. You were great. You were perfect. You were better than perfect.
While the movie is a mixture of live action and 2D animation, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was still the first animated movie to make it this high on the list. The Batman was the first superhero movie to reach the top 3 of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Lieutenant, is there a 6-foot bat in Gotham City?
Nice outfit.
At the tower and rescued him.
Julia Roberts.
She rescues him right back.
Pretty Woman.
What's happening?
It's like I think about you every minute.
Says here that you've been decorated, and they sent you here to be posted.
Actually, sir, I'm here at my own request.
In 1991, Terminator 2 revolutionized filmmaking by adding CGI in a way where it looked realistic and nice for the first time in Hollywood history. This single-handedly paved the way for the entire profession of VFX artists.
Azim, the Great One! I am home!
There it is.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We've made...
And here it is. After 11 years of dominance by E.T., in 1993, Steven Spielberg's newest movie at the time, Jurassic Park, took the number one spot, just barely missing $1 billion in revenue.
Guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round.
She was my most special friend. My only friend.
We was together all the time. We was like peas and carrots, Jenny and I.
After ditching the European fairy tales and going for more exotic stories, the 90s were really good for Disney, as 3 of their movies landed on this list at the same time: The Lion King, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast, with The Lion King even reaching the number 2 position of the highest grossing movie of all time.
Actions throughout the Magic Kingdom. At Mickey's star,
The Lion King. He was born to rule.
Here.
please, boss.
Kevin!
Home Alone.
After 11 years with E.T. and another 5 years with Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg finally lost his #1 spot to Titanic. The James Cameron classic ended up staying on the #1 position for longer than any other movie before it.
Alright, open your eyes.
Indiana Jones is on the quest of a lifetime.
These were taken today.
You have to let me see my son.
In 1999, the long-awaited first movie to the Star Wars prequel trilogy was released. While it received middling reviews, it still managed to gross almost $1 billion, landing it onto the #2 position on this list.
Good luck, everybody.
Prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
Comes to Hollywood, got a dream. What's your dream?
When I was a little girl, I would pretend I was a princess.
Winter 2001 was a golden time for any fantasy fans, as both the first Lord of the Rings and the first Harry Potter movie released less than 2 months apart from each other. Both of these movies went on to quickly join the list of the highest grossing movies of all time, with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone even reaching $975 million in total revenue.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
This is the One Ring, forged by the Dark Lord Sauron.
Oh, that's so much.
While the first fully 3D animated movie, Toy Story, was released in 1995, it took another 6 years for Hollywood to adapt this as the standard practice in animation, with movies like Shrek 2 and Finding Nemo landing high on this list.
Fiona!
Look, here comes Sleeping Beauty! Oh!
The Pirates of the Caribbean was Disney's first big-budget live-action movie, and it was a huge success, reaching over $1.06 billion in total revenue, making it the #3 position on this list.
What is it that has Jack spooked?
What business is an elf, a man, and a dwarf having the Riddermark?
It's simple. Kill the Batman.
The proud sons of Durmstrang. And now, lovely ladies with bow buttons.
The late 2000s and early 2010s were all about 3D movies, and who better than James Cameron to come in and sweep the #1 spot away from Titanic with his full 3D experience of Avatar.
You're not in Kansas anymore. You're on Pandora.
In the early 2010s, it seemed like 3D was the future. You could barely go watch a movie without bringing your 3D glasses. Everyone was trying to sell you their newest, hottest 3D TV, and even gaming companies jumped onto the trend with Nintendo's 3DS.
Here we go!
It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
The first Avengers movie is a piece of cinema history, as it was the first time such a large-scale cinematic universe was attempted and done successfully. The movie managed to gross over $1.5 billion total, making it the #3 position on this list.
There isn't much road left. Take the bloody shot.
Do we have it with the audio? Oh, okay.
Hey, I know! How about everybody make a wish? The biggest wish you've ever made!
We're currently living in an era of nostalgia, with movie remakes and franchise reboots happening left and right. The first signs of this were in the late 2010s, as movies like Skyfall, Jurassic World, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens managed to land on this list.
They're real. String.
The Minions movie is an interesting case, as it is a spin-off that did a lot better than the movie it is based on, making more than $1.16 billion in total revenue.
Be able to tell where they came from.
Minions have been on this planet far longer than we have. They go by many names.
Together. It's time to make some wrong things right. Help me bring.
In 2019, Avengers Endgame came incredibly close to beating out Avatar as the #1 highest grossing movie of all time. As no one really remembered Avatar that well and the movie wasn't that great, people wanted to overthrow Avatar's position as the #1 spot on this list. This led to a social media movement where people were encouraging each other to go watch the movie multiple times in cinema in order to make it overtake Avatar as the highest grossing movie of all time.
Sick of Avatar being the top grossing film of all time.
Whatever it takes.
Avengers Endgame's reign did not last very long, as Avatar re-released soon in 2021 in anticipation for its sequel coming out the next year. The re-release managed to make another $50 to $60 million of revenue, making it so that Avatar took back its #1 position as the highest grossing movie of all time.
A story of a cop, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What the hell kind of mission is this?
You want the world.
Nowadays, 12 out of the 15 movies in this list are remakes or sequels. Luckily, we're seeing more and more fresh ideas hitting the big screens, making me believe that we are entering into a new era of cinema history.
The first thing.
We're experimenting with this new commentary method, so let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, please subscribe, leave a like, and see you next time.